Hello, my name is Lynn Fife, and I'm here to show you the enhanced estimating system for painting contractors. Brand new program that has a lot of features you just don't see anywhere else. Now, I only have a few minutes to go over this, keeping this video short, so I'm going to whip through this thing very fast. But not to worry, anytime you want to study a screen, just go ahead and hit your pause button. Look at that screen for as long as you want, and then when you're ready to resume, go ahead and resume. You can even back up a little bit and watch something you may have missed. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now, when you purchase the program, you get 5 different modules here. The first module is exterior by entering hours. We have an interior by entering hours. Exterior by unit price for my unit price people out there. And we've also built a new one for cabinets to help you estimate cabinet painting. We have a site bid for PlanSwift that is not on this video. Please watch my YouTube video. Go to the Lynn Fife channel. It's Lynn Fife, L-Y-N-N. Fife is F-I-F-E, number 1, all jammed into one word. And look at the video for PlanSwift Enhanced Features, and you'll be able to see how that one works. But you'll have this as part of the set so that you can do the site bid, which means when you don't have plans and specs, you can do this manually and have it automatically upload into the PlanSwift Master. When you get this package, you will want to look at that and see if that is something you can look. Maybe add the features in the PlanSwift Master into the other modules if you'd like to. And yes, these programs come 100% customizable. They are not locked. You can add features, you can change things, you can call us, we can put in whatever features you would like to. So let's go ahead and start taking a look at the actual modules now. The exterior by the hours looks like this for the front screen. Now I'm going to point out the first thing that we've added is a navigation bar over here to the left-hand side. At the very bottom of the navigation bar, you'll see an initial setup. When you click the initial setup, it will give you step-by-step instructions on how to set it up, giving you quick links to go to the exact page where you need to set up information. You may want to hit your pause button, look at this, and see how easy that is. It will take you about an hour and a half at the most, to get the data in there that will make your estimating dead-on accurate. Going back to the takeoff feature, this is how we start with the estimate. I've already populated the information to save us a little bit of time. Go ahead and hit the pause button, study the screen, and it'll help you see what we've done. As a quick reference here, we've already put in the project name, job number, the estimator. You'll notice we've added drop-down boxes now where you can select the estimator. We've added a drop-down box for the manufacturer that you want to use. We've set up 4 different manufacturers for you. However, we have not, repeat, have not set up their pricing. It's up to you as part of the setup process to go ahead and put in the prices that you pay for paint so that it makes the estimating dead-on accurate. We also have an option here where you can select what grade of paint you want from Sherwin-Williams. 1, their best grade. 2, good. 3, economy. Their best may be the emerald paint. Good may be duration, and economy may be the A200. When you select grade number 2, that's the good, you'll notice down here the product name will populate to SW and whatever you type in. If your good grade is duration, this will show SW duration, and so on down the line. It'll also give you a key as to what you have set up. You've told it SW best is emerald, grade number 2 is duration, grade number 3 is A100 or A200, whatever you have entered into the system for all the manufacturers that you have set up. Now you'll see how that works as a very powerful tool. If we decide we want to switch to Benjamin Moore, BM for Benjamin Moore, grade level 1, then you'll see down here this has now shifted to Benjamin Moore, best grade. And the magic of this and the power of this is it will now use Benjamin Moore's best grade material name and its spread rate and its price to calculate this bid. How you shift from one manufacturer to the next, it's easy. Just select a new manufacturer and instantly it'll automatically pull up the different grades from all the different manufacturers, giving you the price. Now as far as entry of information, you simply type in the yellow area. Has a little key up here that reminds you. Yellow means you enter information. Green means it's there for you. You can change it if you want. And gray means don't mess with this. Now again, we've unlocked this program so that you can customize this however you want. As the user in the field, you go ahead and just type in all the hours that you want to allow for the front, the right, and the back, and the left hours, left side. And it will automatically come up with the grand totals. Down here in the middle, I'm going to put in my Measurements, it's 60 feet wide, it's 40 feet front to back, and it's 12 foot high. It'll automatically calculate square footage, and based on the defaults that you set up in the setup process, will calculate for you approximate quantities for the rest of these items. And then it's just up to you to put in the hours that you want. Now, over here you can modify the grades. We have the default set up to the number of coats being 1. And that's however default coats. If you set this up to 2, that'll change that to 2 coats all the way down. But you can say, wait a minute, for the fascia board I only want 1 coat. And however you edit that on the fly, you can then come up with an exact dead-on estimate based on the number of coats and the grade of materials. And again, you can change the grade of materials line item per line item over here as well. All right, now that's entry. Down at the bottom here we have another little feature that allows us to put in alternates. We've added a doghouse, quantity 200 square feet, material amount 6 hours, and that puts in an extra $300 as an alternate, and you'll see how that shows up to the customer. That's all there is to the takeoff. Everything henceforth is pretty much automatic. On the left-hand side, I hit the Review Bid tab. Hit your pause button, look at this thing. This is where it has your labor rate, it has your profit structure. This is explained in the instructions for setup, and it allows you to designate this as a prevailing wage job and change the profit structure as well. Add for travel time, put an X in here and it adds travel time. Add for per diem, if I do that really quickly just to show you, just put an X there. It now picked up an extra $400. I can edit how calculation is traveled is, hey, that was fun. I can edit how the travel is calculated by clicking on this button here, and it will set that up for you differently. We delete that. I can put in for travel and per diem. I can put in hours for whatever. I can put in dollars for whatever, just to add to the bid for customer hassle factor, difficult customer to work with, or just to change the dollar amount to hit whatever bid I want. Now here's a cool tool here that we've added, bid comparison with other manufacturers. Because we use Sherwin-Williams, their bid came in at $44.13. If we switch to Benjamin Moore, that's $65 higher, it's $48 higher to use Pittsburgh, and $157 less to use Behr Paints. Again, these numbers are not accurate, actual examples. After you put in your data for the prices you pay, this will show you exactly the difference in price by switching to different manufacturers. So if your customer's on a tight crunch for money, I can take out $150 by doing a material substitution to Behr instead of Sherwin-Williams. Type of situation. Down here at the bottom is where I can put in change orders after I get the job. May want to freeze the screen here. In the financial breakdown area, it shows me the financial breakdown of my actual material cost, my actual labor cost, my equipment cost, if we put in any equipment, and my overhead cost down here. Now you mentioned equipment. Let's take a look at some other buttons over here to the left. Yes, on the fly, I can edit my materials by telling it what the actual spread rate is, by changing the price that I want to charge the customer to a lower amount if you get a better deal from your manufacturer for larger jobs. Pause your screen, take a look at that, and you can see that you can easily edit your materials to hit your exact dead-on needs for this specific project. Next, edit labor. Hit your pause screen on this one as well. You will see that I can change my hours to whatever I want based on my gut feel to hit whatever number I want and make my hours accurate to what I know it should take in field labor. Editing equipment. In the event that there is man lift on it for a warehouse project, I can put in how many weeks, days, or months for what type of material or equipment that I need rented for that project. If I put in 1 week here, it picks that up in my bid and now adds that to my price. I'll delete that so we don't mess with this one too much. Bid to the customer. Now here's where I can get and generate a proposal. It will remind you to delete any blank lines that I don't want to see. It will show what you have included with how many coats with what grade of paint. Now this won't say Sherwin-Williams best grade, it will say SW Emerald or whatever grade you have specified by their product name. It'll show that the doghouse is an alternate. It's a separate price down there with the grand total price including the alternates and all kind of disclaimers. And yes, you can edit this to look however you want. Next we have the accounting tab. When you sell the job, you'll go ahead here and give this to your accounting person, which will have the name, address, city, state, zip, the project name. It'll have all the information over here where you can assign the job number to it, give it the date that it was sold, and it will give you an option to accept or not accept the doghouse. If the alternate was accepted, put an X there and it will flow through to the field and give them that information. Down here at the bottom, again, may want to freeze your screen and take a look at some of this. It gives you the financial breakdown to the accounting person so they can use that for their QuickBooks entry and start the invoicing process. Also shows your bidding this at 11.6%. Okay, moving back up here, we have a production tab. This goes to your field painters, giving them the project name, the job number, who the foreman was assigned, where you can assign the foreman here, and that will be a drop-down box for you. Over here it gives them exactly what's included in power washing, breakdown of hours for how much time is allowed for each item for prep. It also gives them a breakdown of their production rates, and it tells them the goal hours. We want you to beat this thing by whatever you set. We have a goal of 25%, beat it by 25%. So although we've estimated 39 hours, get it done in 29, tell me how many hours you actually took, and this will help you track your estimated based on your actuals. Down at the bottom, the alternates will show up, and any change orders will show up, showing your field that these are approved. Go ahead and do them. So now they have a scope of work of exactly what to do, what is included, how much quantity we've estimated, how many coats you put on it, with how many hours is allowed for each step. Good information for the field, allowing them also to put in any comments that they want to send back to you. Now that's for the production side. On a scope of work, over here in the yellow, you would put in the colors that you want for this project, so that you can say the body gets this color and the doors get the same color, and trim separate accent color here. Any notes for the field for any of the masking, covering, protection, any notes that they may need to have. Any alternates accepted are down here at the bottom, shows that, and any comments that they may need to get back to you. For the job materials, automatically, again, this is all automatic. For the body, you need 16 gallons of Sherwin-Williams. This will say SW duration. You keep track of how many you had in the initial order and your final order, and it'll keep track of total gallons estimated over here compared to total gallons purchased, and show you again the color that you need to get. Use this sheet for ordering materials. Very nice. And also we've added a huge feature over here to the right, which actually generates a purchase order for you. Hit your pause button, study that. You can see how you can now just automatically generate a purchase order that goes off to your suppliers when you're ready to order materials. So that's the job materials. The last thing we've thrown in here is a checklist for your sundries. The upper section up here is where you would put in the quantity that you need. I need 4 latex caulking. I need some 1.5-inch masking tape. Give me 12 of those. And by putting in your quantities here and living the job, then it'll automatically prepare the sheet, which you can print and give to the field to help them know what is needed in the way of sundries and equipment down here at the bottom. At any time you can freeze your screen and study that for a little bit better. The last one down here is for Project Tracking Master. That's another software package that we sell, sold separately. If you have that program, this is just a feature that allows you to automatically take this information and set up instantly this project into that system. Very simple process. Okay, so much for that one. Let's take a look at the interior. Again, speeding through this. The interior is similar, only difference is I'm going to be entering the name of the room, the length, width, and height, and the prep area of the room, prep hours for that room, and the room painting hours for that room. Again, entering the hours that you want total for that room. By entering the areas in only this area here, and putting in your quantities of doors, frames, and windows, and any other thing that may be unique and special, it'll automatically pick up and calculate the bids for you. Now here it's a little bit different. This is where you do want to hit your pause button. We have to set up the defaults. These are all of your defaults. Take a look at those and you can see that you can schedule the number of coats, the quantities, and what's to be included for most of the rooms. Now yes, just because they're checked in this area here doesn't mean that it's always true. You can always come down here and take out what doesn't apply or change what you do want specific to that room. Go ahead and hit the pause button, study this, and you'll see that it's really not that difficult to see how specific you can get with your interior estimating. Once you've got that done, the review bid is exactly the same as the previous one. If you want to hit your pause button and look at that again, no difference there. Okay. Editing the materials, very similar to the previous one. Hit the pause button, look at that one. We're going to edit our labor. Room by room you can change. You can pause button and look at that. We can also put in for equipment as before. We have the bid to the customer, similar to the other one. We have the accounting sheet, exactly like the other one. The only difference is it now has interior stuff instead of exterior. We now have the production sheet to the field, where it takes the grand total of all the walls for the whole project, not room by room, but project by project. We have this total ceiling, total base, total doors, total number of count, where they are given their total hours and how many hours we'd like to have them hit it by the goal that you set. Actual hours that you record, and it'll help you keep track of your estimating activities to get a more accurate, professional looking thing. Again, hit your pause button and take a look at this screen to see how it differs a little bit from the exterior. Okay, scope of work. A little bit different here, where it will show them exactly what rooms are included. With anything green says this is to be painted, and the numbers here refer to the color that the customer selects. So color 1, the customer says they want frosting white, and there's the color number and everything. That tells them for all the walls, anything with the 1 gets that color. Number 6 is going to be pure white here, and that's on the crown rail, chair rail, anything that's set up for trim. Okay? Again, study that, and you'll see how powerful that is to giving your crew instant. And again, this is automatic. All you have to do is put in the yellow box what color and color name do they want for each one of these things generically. And then we come from this misty. Okay, we have. Sorry, got to go backwards here. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. So that's because I'm clicking where I shouldn't be clicking and need to escape out of that. Okay, here we go. Back to the field. That's the field scope. We've looked at that. There's your material ordering. Hit your pause button and you can see how this puts together an order for your materials. Job equipment, same as before. Okay. Next one, exterior by unit price. It works exactly the same as the previous one, except for in this one, you simply put in the quantities down here, and then you put in the X's to let the system know what's to be included. If you have an X on it, it will include it. If you were to move that X, it will automatically take that out of your pricing, change your pricing, change your scope of work, and everything else. So hit your screen freeze button on that one, see how that works. Everything else here, no need to take a look at those. They look exactly the same as the exterior. Now for our cabinet people. This is a unit price type of a system where you put in your defaults in the upper section here. Go ahead and hit your pause button, look at that. As far as the review bid, that's exactly the same. Editing the materials, same, just a little bit different. Go ahead and hit the pause button to see that. Editing labor, hit your pause button to see that. And here, you're going to be changing the dollar amount, and it will backward calculate for you what that is. I can change my unit price. This has $85 a lineal foot. I can change it to a higher amount or a lower amount depending upon the kind of painting you're going to be doing, and have it automatically recalculate the labor for you based on the unit price you want to charge for both cabinets and bookcases. If we back up to the takeoff screen, you'll see that this is both for cabinets in this area and for bookcases in this area. So when you study those screens, you'll see how that works. You can see your defaults down here. You can still default by choice of manufacturer. You can still put in your alternates for any alternate items to be added to this bid. As far as the price to the customer, it'll show you the breakdown, and take a look at that by hitting your pause button. Production, go ahead and hit pause and you'll see how that works. Field scope of work, hit your pause button. Okay, for materials, material orders automatically generated for you as well. When you put your colors in the scope of work, then it'll automatically transfer that to the materials button here. And your job equipment, same thing for the checklist there. Again, that was a quick look at that one. The last module is the site bid for PlanSwift. If you want to hit your pause button, you can see the example that we have here. You'll type in the description, what's the quantity, how many coats. This defaults to whatever you have set for your default prices up here, and you put in your production rates. That will automatically then create for you a PlanSwift dump, which you would highlight all of this area and import that into your PlanSwift master. And again, that's not on this video. That's on another video. Okay, that's a quick demonstration. Now feel free to call us at the phone number you can see on your screen, or shoot us an email with any questions you may have. More than happy to help you. The current pricing on this is set at $8.95. Now we are having specials all the time, so please be sure to call for current prices. And also, if you've already purchased our past Excel estimating systems, then you'll get substantial discounts on this product as well. Again, we thank you for watching, and be sure to check out our other channels on the Lynn Fife 1 YouTube channel and look for our other videos that are shown there. And thank you for watching.